Graduate student workers are voting on whether to unionize as the first day of voting begins.
The opioid reversal drug Narcan will now be available every week at the Trojan Farmers Market. We'll explain why.
And Food Network chef Jet Tilla cooks at California State University, Los Angeles for a good cause. We'll take you there.
Annenberg TV News is next.
Polls are still open for USC graduate student workers to vote on whether to unionize. Hi, I'm Ethan Huang.
And I'm Rachel Hallett. The polls close at 7 tonight and will reopen tomorrow. Students lined up to cast their votes starting at 8 a.m. Voting yes would establish an official union for graduate student workers at USC, granting students the power to determine working conditions.
I got involved because I really wanted to see some changes.
Graduate Student Union is able to do for a lot of people is to create more equitable working conditions, to help pay match cost of living. A union can help you with things like bullying or harassment.
Getting protections for international students. We also want better health care. Currently, we don't have the ability to put dependents on our health care here at USC. So if you have a kid or if you have a partner and they need health care, you can't put them on your health care plan.
So we want a better kind of working place for everyone here at USC.
We reached out to the dean of the graduate school today, but did not get a response. But earlier this week, he shared a statement saying, quote, "Without a union, we can be flexible and nimble in responding to individual situations. We believe working together is better than the one-size-fits-all approach typical of union representation." Maya is live outside the poll station right now. She's chatting with a graduate student worker who is for creating an official student union. Maya, over to you.
Thanks so much, Rachel. I am here outside USC Annenberg, where graduate students across the USC community are voting today and tomorrow on whether or not to form a union. Now, just to give you some facts and figures, according to USC statistics, there are over 28,000 graduate students on campus. In fact, graduate students outnumber undergrads in the community. Many of these graduate students hold full-time working positions on campus, such as TAs or research assistants, in addition to being full-time students as well. Let's look at some of the benefits of forming a union. A union could provide protections against bullying in the workplace, advocate for fair compensation, advocate for more protections for international student workers, and try to rally for better benefits for graduate students and their families, their dependents. In fact, I'm here with one graduate student who is in support of a graduate student workers union. Thank you so much for being here with us, Step. So can you tell us why you personally are in support of the formation of a graduate student workers union?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I think at first I was really excited about some of those specific benefits like improved healthcare and safe workplaces, but really the idea generally that we can negotiate and ratify our contract democratically as workers instead of having it dictated to us by USC is really exciting and leads to a ton of possibilities to improve conditions for the graduate student workers here.
Now, the word union can be scary to some. Some may not even know exactly what a union would entail. So what's your message to individuals who are scared of forming a union?
Sure. I think that, in this country, there's been a pretty serious effort to make unions sound scary and intimidating. But fundamentally, unions are about workers coming together, supporting each other, having each other's backs, and, fighting for each other's rights. And I think that's an idea that pretty much anyone can get behind.
And thank you so much for being here with us today to talk about getting behind this idea. And in closing, I'd just like to point out that while there are benefits to forming a union, there are also some critics who say there are drawbacks, including it would become easier for graduate student workers to strike, which could disrupt the flow of academics on campus. And subsequently, depending on how a union is structured, graduate students may have to pay dues to be a part of this union, even if they didn't necessarily vote in favor of it. But we won't know if any of this will come to pass until we find out about the vote for the union. Voting continues into the night tonight till 7 p.m. and it continues tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Back to you in studio, Ethan. Reporting outside USC Annenberg, I'm Maya Vanette.
Thanks, Maya. The drug that reverses opioid overdoses could soon be available without a prescription. The Food and Drug Administration's Advisory Committee voted unanimously to recommend the approval of over-the-counter sales of naloxone. As reporter Hannah Joy shows, students here at USC can now get naloxone on campus.
One piece of candy disguised as fentanyl is all it takes to kill. Regardless of appearance or color, any pill that does not come from a healthcare provider could contain fentanyl.
And what we really think is happening is that fentanyl, which is a very strong opioid that causes respiratory depression, so someone will stop breathing and potentially lose their life, is being used and is adulterated other drugs.
Drug overdoses have quintupled since 1999. 75 of the 91,799 drug overdoses were due to opioids. USC Student Health is partnering with a student-led organization at the pharmacy school to offer naloxone kits, which can reverse the effects of opioids. But not all students are aware that the program exists.
Being a student, I'm a second year here. I had no idea about it at all.
Students can get the kits sold under the brand name Narcan for free.
Students who can, basically take a short video training course on naloxone and then get a free naloxone kit, which contains naloxone, as well as test strips that can be used to detect the presence of fentanyl, another fentanyl within drugs.
Trojan's Farmers Market has USC School of Pharmacy here giving out Narcan kits. In those kits, they have rapid response drug tests. And in those tests, there are test strips. And the test strips are here to show whether those particular drugs contain fentanyl. If the strip comes back with one line, that means it's positive. There's fentanyl in that drug. If it has two lines, that means it's negative, and that particular drug is safe to use. Free naloxone kits are going to be available every Wednesday at the McCarthy Quad Farmers Market through April 5th. For Annenberg Media, I am Hannah Joy.
Michigan State University held a vigil just a short time ago to honor the 3 students killed and 5 wounded in Monday's campus shooting. Students, faculty, alumni, and Michigan residents gathered at the MSU monument, The Rock, for the vigil. It featured speeches from a chaplain, the Michigan governor, amongst others. The Rock was also painted to say, "How many more?" and to those we lost, and to those healing. The students who lost their lives were junior Alexandria Werner, sophomore Brian Frazier, and junior Ariel Anderson. The names of the 5 students who were wounded have not been released.
A new report by the CDC reveals an increase in sadness and exposure to violence among teen girls and teenage members of the LGBTQ community. The study found that 3 in 5 girls and LGBTQ teens showed symptoms of depression in the past year, while a fourth even considered suicide. Over 20% of respondents also had experiences with sexual violence. We talked to students about USC's response to mental health issues.
I've had friends that have been through major impacts in their life in the past year. I feel like USC does a really good job of giving access to counseling because there's free drop-ins for 30 minutes, but I don't think a lot of people know about it.
I think among other schools of our caliber, we actually do a fairly decent job with kind of helping people with their mental health because we promote a kind of culture of balanced lifestyle.
To battle these issues, the CDC calls for expanded access to health services, improved health education, and creating a supportive environment in schools.
A Culver City spokesperson believes the newly passed encampment ban won't work. The City Council voted 3-2 Monday to approve the ordinance. The camping ban prevents people from sleeping in tents on the sidewalk and other public places. The ordinance won't take effect until the city provides alternative housing options for unhoused residents. A spokesperson for the city's Housing and Homeless Committee weighed in.
This is an anti-living ordinance. The problem with ordinances like these is that they're proven to fail over and over again. It is impossible to enforce someone out of poverty. The irony of these bans is that they are both completely ineffective and extremely harmful.
There are an estimated 300 people experiencing homelessness in Culver City. Officials say it will be several months before the ban is enforced.
There's an issue with sea life blowing up in Laguna Beach. The City Council was set to vote on banning the use, sale, and distribution of balloons of all kinds. Balloons pose significant health risks to sea life who mistake them as food. Violating these bans could lead up to major fines of up to $500. The mayor of Laguna Beach explained what is motivating this decision.
Fire safety is number one. And secondarily, we think there'll be a real positive environmental impact on our oceans. And there will be some impact. Yeah, they're going to lose some sales over this. We think the environmental benefits and the public safety wildfire benefits outweigh those reduced sales.
4 California cities, including Glendale, Hermosa Beach, Ensenadas, and Solana Beach, have already chosen to ban balloon sales. This potential decision upsets local grocers who say their floral departments could lose profits. The council members will vote on the balloon ban on February 21st. CSULA students were offered an unusually tasty opportunity to help address food insecurity in their community. Our reporter Jack Reed went to Cal State campus to get the story.
Food Network chef Jet Tila turned up the heat today at California State University, Los Angeles, partnering with Chartwell's Higher Education to host a cooking demonstration for students.
Thai food is 5 flavors. There will be a test and there will be a prize. 5 flavors. So remember this: hot, sour, salty, sweet, savory. Repeat after me: hot, sour, salty, sweet, savory.
Chef Tila prepared a meal of drunken noodles and was accompanied by a live DJ and an assortment of beverages.
I can't remember what the juice is called. It tastes like taro, though.
Food Network chef Jet Tila turned up the heat today at California State University, Los Angeles, partnering with Chartwell's Higher Education to host a cooking demonstration for students.
Thai food is 5 flavors. There will be a test and there will be a prize. 5 flavors. So remember this: hot, sour, salty, sweet, savory. Repeat after me: hot, sour, salty, sweet, savory.
Chef Tila prepared a meal of drunken noodles and was accompanied by a live DJ and an assortment of beverages.
I can't remember what the juice is called. It tastes like taro, though. And it was very sweet, and he showed us a bit of how he makes things, and a lot of people gathered around.
There's music.
Well, that looks good, Ethan. Oh my gosh.
Well, Thai food never misses. Louis Vuitton has selected a new men's creative director. Find out who next.
Meet a new assistant dean who has a killer 1-2 punch.
And want to get in a laugh every week? See what one of USC's comedy troupes is up to. All that and more when we come back.
Worried your friend's struggling but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could write them a text or knit them a sweater. If you can't be together, you could write them a letter. Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch. However you do it, you gotta ask a friend. And if they don't share, you can ask again. Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. Alright, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
The iconic fashion brand Louis Vuitton recently selected Grammy-winning pop star Pharrell Williams to become its next men's creative director. Pharrell's work in the fashion industry includes founding streetwear brand Billionaire Boys Club, as well as collaborations with Adidas and Chanel. USC professor Dr. Mark Pearson explains Pharrell's contribution to fashion.
Pharrell has been extremely fashion forward with a lot of his ideas. He'll do things that are completely counterculture, and then 10 years, everybody's doing what he was doing. I think they're looking to continue off of the success that, you know, Virgil kind of positioned Louis as a brand.
Pharrell's first collection will launch during Paris Men's Fashion Week show in June.
An assistant dean at USC lives a bit of a double life. Reporter Marissa Rio tells us more about the ways he fights on.
Omar Lopez is a new assistant dean at the Suzanne Dwork Peck School of Social Work. He came to the States undocumented at 12 years old. His life's work, fighting for the disadvantaged.
If I could just give the opportunity to one person out there who's gonna make a difference going into social work or not, then that's worth it.
Sometimes the stresses of work do get to him, but Lopez has his own way of knocking that out. By night, Lopez is an amateur boxer. He competes in the Masters division for ages 35 plus. His fighting name, El Profe, Spanish for the professor. Inside the ring, Lopez has defeated 13 of his 20 opponents. In 2021, he was named the most outstanding boxer of the second annual Las Vegas Masters Invitational.
I don't go in thinking I have to win. Boxing and just stepping in the ring, you already won. So it's a journey.
That journey takes El Profe to the gym 5 to 6 days a week. He competes in about 4 fights a year. Lopez is also a coach certified by USA Boxing. He's been coaching since 2018 and coaches both individuals and groups. He's also the head coach of the Trojans Boxing Club. I'm here at their practice now, where students train with Lopez every weekend. Lopez became the Trojans head coach this year and is preparing the team for 3 competitions this season.
His conditioning is world class. It's kind of crazy because, you know, every time he's leading it, everyone else is tired, everyone else is sore, but Omar is pushing everyone.
Now, Lopez looks to prepare the Trojans for their next competition this Saturday in Santa Clara. For Annenberg Media, I'm Marissa Rio.
Well, remind me to never cheat in his class.
I think that's probably a good idea, Ethan. That guy has got some serious moves. That was crazy. Looking for a late night event to unwind during the week? Ingrid has a suggestion. And spoiler, it's both unconventional and fun.
Thank you, Rachel. What activity involves teamwork, thinking on the spot, and making an audience laugh? The answer is improv. This week, I spoke with one of USC's 4 improv comedy troupes. Spoiler alert. The group puts on a free show every Tuesday night at Tommy's Place in the Tudor Center. They perform an episode of a made-up TV show based on suggestions the audience throws at them. I asked members about their takes on how to be good at improv.
I think people think improv's about being funny, and I don't think it is. If you really commit yourself to telling a good story, all that like funny and silly stuff will come naturally.
I'd say the biggest misconception about improv is that it's hard. I mean, you're not planning anything you're saying in everyday conversation, and it's the same, you just have a different personality.
I genuinely think every person, no matter what walk of life, should try improv.
In addition to the classic yes and strategy, they mentioned the importance of trusting your scene mates in moving the story forward. Yes, and now to weather with Shelley.
Yes, Ingrid, that does sound like a really, really great improv strategy to me. And moving forward, Los Angeles, it's time to dust off your coats and prepare for some cold evenings throughout the rest of this week. We're already starting to feel it tonight as our temperature drops into the 50s. It won't stop there though. The cool weather will continue to fall into the low 40s as we get into the wee hours of the night. Get ready to crank up your heaters as we take a look to the 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, highs will be around 65 with lows falling all the way to 38 degrees. Friday, these lower temperatures will continue and more clouds will start to roll in. Saturday, it'll get a bit warmer with a high of 70, but don't get your hopes up just yet because Sunday, we're back in the 60s and the same for Monday. It looks like us not seeing the groundhog's shadow was right after all. Get ready to buckle in for a bit more winter weather.
USC baseball gets its season underway, and we will let you know what to expect. USC women's basketball looks to make lightning strike twice. Tiger Woods makes his return to the golf course.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good stir. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back to ATVN Sports. I'm Kyla Drew.
And I'm MJ Newsom. Friday begins a new era for USC baseball under the leadership of new head coach Andy Stankiewicz. The Trojans will host Marist this weekend to get the season underway. Stankiewicz comes to Troy after 11 seasons at Grand Canyon, where he was named Conference Coach of the Year 4 times. He also took the Antelopes to their first ever NCAA tournament in 2021. He comes into his tenure starting from square one after a few tough seasons for the Trojans.
It's been a good fall. They're learning us as a coaching staff. We're learning them as the roster, and so it's been interesting because it's a lot of things that we do probably differently than what they're used to, and so it's been a learning process, I think, from both sides.
The Trojans will lead on the mound by returning starters Tyler Strausenberg and Jaden Agassi. The big bats of Binghamton transfer catcher Kana Aoki and outfielder Cole Gabrielson look to spark the Trojan offense. USC women's basketball is ranked in the top 25 for the first time since 2016, but the women of Troy still have a lot of work to do. The Trojans will travel to Palo Alto Friday to take on the 6th-ranked Stanford Cardinal with a chance to sweep the season series. USC will look to its leading scorers Cassidy Sissoko and Destiny Littleton to provide a spark in the conquest of another upset win. As we get closer to tournament time, USC finds itself tied for 4th in the conference and projected as an 8 seed in the NCAA tournament. So Kyla Drew, do you think the Trojans have what it takes to beat Stanford for a second time this season?
Now, I have watched some of the Stanford women's basketball games, and that is a bad team. Now, I think that if the Trojans continue to fight on, they'll be able to get the win.
You say bad as in really good because the Stanford Cardinal have had a really good success in recent history. They're ranked number 6 right now, but the Trojans are hot. They got to look to Sissoko and Littleton to provide a huge spark on the scoring end. Littleton had 18 points in the win just a month ago against Stanford right here in the Galen Center. Always tougher to win on the road. We'll see if the Trojans have what it can do to win.
We'll have to wait and see. Now, Tiger Woods made his official return to golf today, playing 16 holes in the Genesis Invitational Pro-Am. This appearance comes after he was cut at the PGA Open Championship in July and couldn't compete in other events due to his ongoing ankle injuries.
I would not have put myself out here if I didn't think I could beat these guys and win the event. And plus, also, I know this golf course. I know I haven't had a lot of success on this golf course, but I knew what to practice for. shots to hit while I was at home getting ready.
The 16-time major winner has never won at this Los Angeles-based tournament, so we will have to wait and see if he can overcome his ongoing injuries and the odds against him. You can catch the tournament live on the Golf Channel and stream it on ESPN+. The Los Angeles Lakers will host the New Orleans Pelicans tonight, possibly without LeBron James. James has been able to stay relatively healthy this season compared to last year when he only played in 56 games. The all-time leading scorer has sat out on all 3 games since breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's long-standing scoring record. James is still questionable to play tonight, according to the team's injury. There has been lots of discussion on who's running the West, and what do you think this injury means, not only for the Lakers, but for the Western Conference?
Ooh, obviously, they got to have their future Hall of Famer LeBron James in the lineup. The trade to get D'Angelo Russell was great. They needed a ball guard that could shoot. But there are some stacked teams in the West, teams that have been really good this year that haven't been great in the past, like the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
The Lakers right now in 13th of the conference. It's a tall order for them to get back. They're going to have to get really hot to get into the playoff picture.
Yes, they are 13th overall in the Western Conference, but they are a veteran team, and you can never fully count LeBron James and the Lakers out. So we're going to have to see.
That's a wrap on ATVN Sports. I'm MJ Newsom.
And I'm Kyla Drew. We'll pass it on to Ethan to talk more about the news.
Michael Jordan did more than just blow out candles for his 60th birthday. Find out how he celebrated.
Lávate las manos por 20 segundos como Elmo.
Hay algo especial acerca de este lugar. Se siente como un hogar, una sala debajo del cielo y los árboles. Rodeado de aire fresco y la naturaleza. Todo aquí para que lo disfrutemos y para que lo cuidemos. Tenemos la responsabilidad de cuidar de esta tierra que llamamos casa, de preservarla para las generaciones que vienen. Cada acción pequeña contribuye para un cambio mayor y cada uno de nosotros podemos hacer la diferencia. Hay algo especial acerca de este bosque. Es un lugar donde se hacen recuerdos y juntos podemos preservarla y protegerla.
Michael Jordan kicked off his 60th birthday early with a historic act of generosity. The basketball legend and Hall of Famer donated $10 million to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the largest contribution in the history of the charity that makes the dreams of terminally ill children come true. Jordan has been volunteering with the foundation since 1989, and to this day is one of their most requested celebrity visitors.
Such an incredible way to use your fame. What a beautiful story.
Yeah, I think it's great that celebrities are really, pitching in and really doing this. Thanks for watching Annenberg TV News. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Ethan Huang.
And I'm Rachel Hallett. For more coverage, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Annenberg Media. Good night.